Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol and just less than 24 hours to go on what is going to be an interim budget. And while the wish list from all sectors is quite exhaustive there, but we do understand that this is a vote for account budget and you perhaps would just about see extension of already running schemes, while the street does believe that it could be infrastructure, farming, agriculture that is, and also EVs and women. I mean, these could be some of the subjects that could be on priority, and that's exactly what we will be looking at right now. So I'll start with farming itself, because this is an area where we have seen a lot of push come in from the government in various previous budgets as well. And there is expectation that not only will the previous schemes will see some extension, but you could also be looking at more money being allocated for this one. So to begin with, it's going to be about the direct transfer to farmers in their accounts that we've seen happen for some years now. And the expectation is that there could be further allocation and a deeper allocation, as in more money being given in for this. The other one is the commodity markets itself. So we are looking at a budget wish list coming in from this one as well. So CTT is one thing that the street is wanting to be abolished. Remember, it was put on in 2013 and it has impacted the trade overall in sense of margins. So that's going to be one thing. CTT has led to lower margin trades, and the shift of trade into the informal markets is something that can be actually curbed if we look at abolishment of CTT there. The other is allowing the banks to trade into commodities. That would not only make it deeper but more credible and transparent as well. And the other is opening of the markets for the NRIs. I mean, this is something that has been a long-standing ask as well. There are 7 banned agri-commodities right now, including rice, chana, soybean, CPO and mustard. So bringing them back in, relisting of this is another ask. And then GST is a bit of a concern, because a lot of people who trade into these commodity markets, when they go out to take delivery, they have to pay GST. But if there's an integrated goods and services tax, is something that would make life easier for many of these traders there. Well, this is the agri sector wish list also coming in. There's going to be a push for horticulture, dairy, poultry, fisheries, food processing. We have seen all of these subjects actually being addressed in various budgets, and an expectation that you could see a further push for these. Modern farm techniques and storages, cold storages, post-harvest facilities is something that you could hear more about. And then export ecosystem is something that the government has been pushing in as well. You could be looking at further strategies coming in for this sector also. Moving on, the sector also is watching out for direct transfer to farmers through government schemes and push for climate resilience practices in agriculture. We have been hearing about organic farming, low chemical fertilizers, so you could hear some more about that. This is the tea sector, which also has come out with this list here. One thing that the tea sector is asking for is a tea promotion policy. Well, remember, there have been concerns within the tea sector when it comes to production, weak exports, stagnant domestic consumption, crop losses because of climate. And the street is also looking at high production numbers coming in. So to ensure that there is some more marketing policy that is pushed in is what the sector is also asking for. We spoke to the rubber industry as well, and there is one thing that they also have as an ask is that the import duty should be hiked for finished rubber good. That is currently at 10%. But instead of importing rubber, a lot of companies end up importing finished good products itself in sense of rubber. That doesn't really favor or work well for the Indian industry here. And with the complete push going on for Make in India, this is a ask for from the rubber industry. We also spoke to the cotton industry. They have asked 2 things here from the Finance Minister. One, that there should be a budget allocation for increasing productivity. At this point in time, the Indian yield stands at 398 kgs per hectare versus the world productivity at 771. So we're less than half there. So some allocations should come in this way. The second is about the removal of 10% import duty on cotton imports, as it makes our exports from the textile industry slightly uncompetitive. So this is a ask coming in from the cotton industry. And then we spoke to the gold industry. They're asking for a reduction in import duty from the current 15 to at least 10%. Also a special benefit of 0.5% duty importing via IBX is yet another ask. Gold industry has at least a couple of few asks more here. One is about setting up a jewelry export center at Gift City for the domestic traders also. Another is mandatory hallmarking across India for jewelry sector. There are some which are still exempted from it. So the ask is to include everybody in there. The other is about also involving EMIs when you are buying jewelry. So instead of paying everything upfront when you're buying jewelry, it should be allowed that you can buy it via EMIs as well. For diamond industry also, setting up a jewellery export centre at Gift City is one. Also, cutting of import duty for rough and polished diamonds is another. Also, special notified zones, the sale of rough diamonds should be allowed within this also is yet another ask that we have seen coming from the diamond industry as well. So, as I said, it's less than 24 hours, but we will absolutely hear on what the Finance Minister has to say and whether or not all of this wish list from the commodity as a sector is taken in consideration.